Welcome to this week's edition of Immunology Updates, covering the latest breakthroughs. Brought to you by Lucid Quest. In today's news, Johnson & Johnson has submitted a supplemental biologics license application to the FDA for expanding the approval of Stelara for pediatric Crohn's disease in children aged 2 and older. This submission is supported by Phase 3 Unity Junior data, addressing the growing need in pediatric patients, particularly as the disease tends to progress more severely in children. At the European Rheumatology Conference, creaky joints made waves on social media, garnering over 62,000 views. The content, including 12 video interviews with leading rheumatologists and patient advocates, is expected to reach even more patients, with engagement likely to double in the coming months. In colorectal cancer screening, Genioscopy's ColoSense has shown a remarkable 14 to 23% reduction in colorectal cancer deaths compared to traditional screening methods. The FDA-approved multi-target stool RNA test is now included in the 2025 NCCN guidelines for colorectal cancer screening, further emphasizing its cost-effectiveness and impact in real-world settings. Turning to dermatology, Emrosi will present new data at the SDPA 2025 Dermatology Conference. This body weight independent formulation for rosacea treatment simplifies dosage and is showing strong efficacy in clinical trials. In autoimmune diseases, the FDA has approved Dupixent as the first targeted therapy for Bullous Pemphigoid, a chronic skin disorder that affects older adults. The approval is based on successful outcomes from the ADEPT trial, which demonstrated reduced disease symptoms and decreased reliance on corticosteroids. Looking at atopic dermatitis, both upadacitinib and abrocitinib have shown significant improvements in moderate to severe cases after 1 year. Abrocitinib showed slightly higher efficacy in some measures, with no new safety concerns noted in long-term use. In Europe, argenx has received approval for Vyvgart SC for chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy. This approval is based on the ADHERE trial, which showed significant clinical improvements in mobility and strength, marking it as the first new treatment for CIDP in over 30 years. Candid Therapeutics is advancing its BCMA and CD20 T-cell engagers for clinical evaluation in autoimmune diseases. The company is focusing on conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and systemic lupus erythematosus, with global clinical infrastructure to support ongoing trials. Immunology has announced positive Phase 1 data for IMP761, a LAG-3 agonist antibody that effectively suppresses T-cell activity without adverse effects. This promising treatment is under investigation for autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and type 1 diabetes, with Phase 1 trials continuing with escalating doses. In T-cell-mediated inflammatory diseases, AllTrueBio presented promising data for ALTB268 in animal models of colitis and graft-versus-host disease. The data supports its development for conditions like ulcerative colitis, and ongoing Phase 2A trials are focusing on ulcerative colitis specifically. Finally, Harbor Biomed has entered a global collaboration with Otsuka to advance BCMA-XCD3 bispecific T-cell engagers for autoimmune diseases. This partnership involves the development and commercialization of new biotherapeutics targeting B-cell-related autoimmune conditions, with Harbor Biomed set to receive significant upfront and milestone payments. Stay ahead in immunology research. Like, share, and subscribe for weekly updates. Visit lqventures.com or email us at info@lqventures.com for expert healthcare consulting. See you